Hello and Assalamualaikum. So for this video, we will look at chapter 5, which is alcohol. Okay, so we will look at the introduction and also the classification of alcohol. What is alcohol? In chemistry terms, alcohol is an organic compound that contains hydroxyl group. Okay, so please remember about what is organic compound. So organic compound is a compound that originated from the living things. Okay, so contain of a hydroxyl group. So hydroxyl group is a group with OH in it. Okay, anything with OH we call it hydroxyl, and that is an alcohol. Okay, but the thing that you have to understand is not it only contain the hydroxyl group. For example, if your compound has C double bond O OH, yes, it contain the OH, but it also have the C double bond O. So for this compound, we don't call this alcohol. Okay, it's not an alcohol. It is a carboxyl group. Okay, it's not a hydroxyl, it's a carboxyl. So it is in the carboxylic acid. Okay, so kalau alcohol, it's only contain OH only lah. Okay, so it have alkyl and then OH. That is an alcohol. Okay, so the uses of alcohol. Okay, when we talk about alcohol, when you heard someone talk about alcohol, the first thing, most of you, the first thing that will come to your mind is something like wine or something, alcoholic drinks. Okay, so as you know, alcohol drink is a ethanol, okay, with 2 carbon lah, okay, and then OH. Okay, ethanol with 2 carbon and then you have OH. Okay, H. Okay, that is a ethanol. Okay, but you have to remember the ethanol is not only for drinking, for alcoholic drinks. Okay, ethanol is also used as antiseptic. Okay, so alcohol is mostly used in the medicine, okay, as antiseptic or disinfectant. Okay, if you look at your sanitizer, most of them has the alcohol inside. Okay, anything that names yang ada nama OL, that is an alcohol. Okay, the general formula of alcohol is CnH2n plus 1 OH. Okay, that is the general formula of alcohol. So if you have 1 carbon and then your hydrogen should be plus 1 OH. Okay, same weight, second carbon, just masukkan je N number tu and then you get the general formula. You get the number of carbon, number of hydrogen and also OH. Okay, and then the structure of the alcohol. Okay, any alcohol compound you akan ada 2 part lah. Okay, structure you. Okay, the first part is what we call the hydrocarbon chain. Okay, and then you have the hydroxyl group. Okay, the hydroxyl group ni yang determine that you are an alcohol lah. So for example, you have ethanol. So this part here, okay, the hydrocarbon chain, we call this the hydrocarbon chain or the alkyl chain. Okay, this part here is non-polar. Okay, and also we can call it hydrophobic area in terms of solubility lah. Okay, hydrophobic area. Okay, but for the hydroxyl group, this is the hydroxyl part of it. Hydroxyl group contain OH, so it is polar part. Okay, this is non-polar, this is polar. Okay, so because of the hydroxyl group, the whole alcohol is a polar molecule. Okay, you will learn more about the importance of polar molecule, about the importance of hydroxyl group in the physical properties lah, the boiling point and also the solubility, how it affects, how the presence of hydroxyl will affect the boiling point and also the solubility compared to when you only have alkene, when you only have the alkyl chain. Okay, next, alcohol can be categorized into 3 categories. Okay, so you have primary alcohol, secondary alcohol and tertiary alcohol. Okay, so you have put the macam tu primary, secondary, tertiary, like that. Okay, so the primary alcohol, so the okay, different categories of alcohol will have different reactivity. Okay, so you will look at this more on chemical properties. Okay, so how do we determine which one is which categories? So for example, you have primary. Okay, so how do we know ethanol is primary alcohol? Okay, the first thing is you have to look at the carbon that the hydroxyl attached to it. Okay, so hydroxyl attached to this carbon. Okay, and then you look at how many carbon that attached to the carbon yang pegang OHU. Okay, so directly attached to carbon yang pegang OHU ada satu carbon chain. Okay, so kalau satu je carbon chain, we call this primary alcohol. Okay, for secondary alcohol, 2 propanol. Okay, 3 carbon and then 2 because the hydroxy at carbon number 2. Okay, so the first thing you have to do, okay, bulatkan bahagian carbon and OH. Okay, and then you look at how many carbon that directly attached to the carbon yang pegang OH. Okay, so we have 1, 2 yang directly attached to carbon yang pegang OH. 1, 2. So we have this one, we call this secondary alcohol. Secondary alcohol. Okay, so the same thing with tertiary alcohol. Okay, tertiary alcohol, for example, you have 2-methyl propanol, meaning you have propanol and then you have 2-methyl here. Okay, methyl at carbon number 2 and then your OH is carbon number 2 also. Okay, so the first thing is you bulatkan bahagian COH and then you calculate how many carbon that attached to the COH. Okay, 1, 2 and 3. So we call this tertiary alcohol. I said before that different categories of alcohol with different reactivity. Okay, the easiest way for you to understand is from the chemical properties. Okay, the reaction of alcohol with oxygen. Basically the oxidation reaction. Okay, so for example, primary alcohol, when it undergoes oxidation from either aldehyde or carboxylic acid. Secondary alcohol undergoes oxidation, it will form ketone. But tertiary alcohol, if undergoes oxidation, it will not form any product. Okay, so no reaction. Okay, so different, even though it is all alcohol, but different categories will have different reactivity towards oxygen, so that's why it will form different product. Alright, so that's all. Thank you.